Hello everybody and welcome to my first race breakdown for SpotterStand Racing. And what I want to do is break down my races and have one or a couple key takeaways as I'm trying to improve my craft and be a better racer. I'll be breaking down a C-Class fixed race from iRacing Official Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway 2008 configuration, which is going to be in the NASCAR Craftsman trucks. Let's jump right into the event with qualifying. So for this configuration of Atlanta, I like to run on the very top groove, relatively close to the wall. This allows me to carry speed throughout the entire corner that carries momentum through corner exit, allowing for more speed on the backstretch. It's important that I have precise throttle control because this truck likes to get loose in the center of the corner and off corner exit. In the center of the corner, the truck is prone to sliding upwards, making contact with the right rear quarter in the wall. Off corner exit, it's easy to end up in the grass. This lap, I ran a 30.6. Not exactly what I was looking for being seated the number 2 truck, but it was good enough for a P4 start. As you can see, I'm lined up on the outside lane at the second row. This will leave me almost no choice but to run the high line until the race goes single file, basically the same line as qualifying for the first lap. But despite what I've seen a lot at this track, this is not the lane I want to stick with throughout the race, especially if we have a long green flag run. This particular race is 40 laps, not a crazy amount of laps, but if your tires heat up quick, you'll be losing grip in the middle of the run. What I want to do is enter high and roll to the bottom of the track, using less throttle in the center, slowly coming back onto the gas and sliding up toward the wall on exit. This will allow me to save my tires and not give up on handling. Making this choice can be a gamble as I could lose spots, which is less than ideal if there's an early yellow. But if it stays green, my tires will thank me and I can be confident in the handling of my car, especially if others decide to rip the fence. As we drop the green and the race is underway, I'm keeping my truck on the top as I mentioned before, and you can see I maintain momentum and only drop one spot in the corner. You can't always expect your lane to have a good restart, especially on the outside. By turn 3, I'm almost clear enough of the 4 to take my preferred lane, but stick it to the middle just to be safe. While the 2 cars behind me seem to get together and head for the infield, we stay green, which is good as I can start seeing if my strategy will pay off in the long run. About 15 more laps into the run, I've caught back up to the lead pack, who'd been running a combination of the top lane as well as rolling the bottom. While the blue and orange 5 car sticks at the top of the 13, I'm able to get by and in between the 2 trucks. This will put me in 4th. A few more laps go by and I notice the 13 and 91 swapping positions, trying different lanes. I'm able to just slip past the 91, assuming he had to lift out of the gas in the center of the corner. This move puts me in 3rd, and we're about halfway through the race. Charging for the 13 this time, I keep my preferred line, knowing I may have to cut my trajectory to the wall a little short if I come out of the corner on the inside. Since I was beside the 13 on corner exit, I stayed low, knowing I could tuck behind him as the top lane gave him more momentum. I do notice his truck getting loose near corner exit, which just tells me if I stay patient, the 13 may lose grip soon and give this spot up. All the while, I try to watch my mirror and know the 91 isn't contesting for my position. Here I notice another wiggle from the 13. A few more laps and the 91 and the 6 are right on my bumper, and if I didn't have a game plan, I'd be starting to freak out just a little bit, especially with the 91 looking to the inside. This gives me an opportunity to show that I can run the top line and still have the grip to carry momentum the whole way through. This battle indicated to me that I have been saving my tires enough compared to my competitors. And the momentum I carry right here will get me clear of the 91, and I can start working on the next position. Just a few more laps, and I not only put a gap behind to the 91, I get myself back in striking distance of the 13. A few more laps, and like I said before, the 13 finally gets loose and into the wall. I take 2nd place, and the 91 can't seem to get clear of the 13 after. From this point, I know what I'm doing is working, and I can relax. I know there's no point in trying to overdrive my car to get to the leader, and I've been watching him run the high line all race. I assume there's not much speed left in his tires anyways. At this point, I decide to stretch my legs and try to not make any dumb mistakes. I'm also anxiously waiting for the slap car to wreck the leader as I begin to catch up. and with about 5 laps to go, something goes south in the middle of the pack, ultimately bringing out the only yellow in the entire race. So with just a few laps left in the race, we stack up and get ready to hit pit road. I'm the second truck to enter, trying my best not to go over pit road speeds. I get into my pit box well, maybe a little overcautiously, but I'd much rather be slow in than overshoot the box, unlike the leader. While I do have a pretty decent stop and get out in front of the 91, I am stuck behind the 5, which did have the number 1 pit box. You're going to notice that the Frosted Flakes 5 car is going to have a huge advantage in the stop and in the restart of the race. While we line up for the final time, I do my best to avoid getting black flagged for jumping the restart. And as you can see, the 5 waited until the last second to hammer down out of the restart zone, leaving practically the whole field behind by the first corner. I do absolutely everything I can to catch the 5 truck and keep the trucks behind me at bay in these last couple laps. I decide that on fresh tires, the top lane is going to be my absolute best option at not only catching the 5, but keeping the cars behind me, behind me. The 91 tries absolutely everything he can to try to pass me on the bottom, but knowing how the top lane carries more speed on fresh tires and how difficult it is to pass down low, I know that there's no way that I'm going to be giving this one up. As we come to the line, I understand that in this scenario, the 5 had us beat before the race started. Winning the pole position, he had the number 1 pit stall, which came down to the control of the restart, and ultimately the race. All in all, we had a great race and a ton of fun. I can hardly complain about my second place finish here. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. Right now, I'm working on this page as part of a class project to analyze engagement on multiple different types of platforms. Since the project allows me to create really any type of content I want, I'm going to keep making more iRacing content such as this one. Whether it's paint schemes, streaming, videos, or something else, leave a like if you liked it, and let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something else or what you think about this one. If you like the paint scheme that I was running in the video, it'll be uploaded to Trading Paints soon. And I love both the iRacing community as well as race fans in general, so I really just want to know what kind of content that you're looking for. I'll also be using branded hashtags like #SpotterStand and different types of tags across multimedia platforms just to follow the conversation and see what everybody's saying. I hope to see you next time. Stay in the clear.